All right. Jai Bhim and Namo Buddhaya to everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's session. This is the fifth talk organized by the BOSS team, and I would like to thank them for giving me the opportunity to speak on their behalf and introduce our speaker for tonight, Mr. Ritesh Jyoti. He is currently pursuing his master's in developmental studies at the esteemed Azim Premji University in Bangalore. Like most graduate students, he spends his days pretending to read in the library, frantically completing his assignments an hour before the deadline. But outside the classroom, he has taken on some rather serious side projects, contributing to the project of Boss.in, writing photo essays and articles through his handle Talks Ambedkar, thereby resurrecting many facets of the contemporary politics, Babasaheb, Phulan Deviji, Manguramji, and today, Kanshiramji. If you have come across any thoughtful photo or essay talking about them, be it on Forward Press, The Print, News Laundry, or even Instagram, odds are that you have seen his wonderful work. Today is the birth anniversary of Manyavar Kanshiramji, a leader who laid the path for Bahujan politics in the post-RPI world, beginning in a place like Uttar Pradesh no less. He gave us a taste of political power, of translating Babasaheb's words with realism, carving a place for our people, and stoking the fire in us. Let us hold him in our thoughts today and hear Ritesh, who will enlighten us on what impact Babasaheb and his works made on Manyavar Kanshiramji. Thank you, Ritesh. You're on.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you, Nikhil bhai, for the lovely introduction. And Jai Bhim and Namo Buddhaya to all. I'm grateful to all those who have joined with us for celebrating the Jayanti of Manyavar Kanshiram. And I'm equally grateful to Ambedkar International Center and Bounce.in team for giving me this opportunity to talk on how Manyavar Kanshiram made Baba Saheb's ideas the gospel of the masses through his slogans and speeches. To begin with, I would like to remember one of the sayings of Manyavar Sahib. He used to say, अगर हमें बड़े संसाधन वाले लोगों से लड़ना है, तो हमें छोटे संसाधनों का ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उपयोग करना है. If we have to fight people with huge resources, we must learn to maximize the use of small resources. Small resources जैसे एक cycle, a pamphlet, or our own time and labor. Using these very small resources, we turned Babasaheb's mission into a nationwide political reality, reaching from one corner of India to another. Manyavar Kanshiram told to us, I will play in the next clip. Can you listen to this audio? The clip? Can you all listen to the clip?
No, we can't.
You cannot listen to the clip?
No. No, we can't.
Oh, okay. What should I do?
It's okay. You can continue because we have these subtitles.
No, no, no. There are others
Okay.
videos also.
Ritesh, there is a setting, maybe on your side, to also play audio.
Audio setting. Okay, now can you hear? Now can you hear?
No.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yes, Sandeep, if you have the clips, maybe you want to share, then you will know how to include the sound and all that.
I don't have those.
It's
Nikhil
okay.
bhai, can
Share
you
the screen
present?
and can proceed with there. Hold on.
Nikhil bhai, can you present the screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you. I will stop sharing. Please wait for a minute. Uh,
4,200 किलोमीटर बाइसिकल के ऊपर दिल्ली के चारों तरफ 7 सूबों में मैंने प्रचार किया. 4,200 किलोमीटर बाइसिकल के ऊपर दिल्ली के चारों तरफ 7 सूबों में मैंने
Okay, okay.
Okay.
4,200 किलोमीटर बाइसिकल के ऊपर दिल्ली के चारों तरफ 7 सूबों में मैंने प्रचार किया. 4,200 किलोमीटर क्यों किया? क्योंकि मैं अपने समाज के लोगों को बार बार कहता रहा कि भाई छोटे साधनों का बड़े पैमाने पर इस्तेमाल करो। अगर हमें बड़े साधन वालों का मुकाबला करना है तो छोटे साधनों का बड़े पैमाने पर इस्तेमाल करो। आप लोग पैरों पे चलकर और पैदल चलकर और साइकिल का इस्तेमाल करके अपनी मूवमेंट को बनाओ। और मैंने कभी ज्यादा साइकिल चलाने के लिए सलाह नहीं दी, लेकिन जितना भी सलाह दी उतना भी लोगों ने नहीं मानी।
So during the formative years of the movement, especially in the early phase of DS4, Sahib lived a life of extreme dedication. For years, he had no permanent address, carried almost nothing except essentials, and traveled continuously to organize people. So this is one of the picture of the camp. So yeah, next slide. Sahib was the master of coalition politics in India. He was the man who would form a helpless majority government and strong minority government. For almost a decade, he ran the Indian politics under his fingertips. He used to say, "हमें मजबूत नहीं मजबूर सरकार चाहिए." Next slide. So this is one of the most important picture for today. So on the right, so on the left of Manyavar Sahib, we can see Sahib Dina Bana, and on the right of Manyavar Sahib, we can see Sahib D.K. Khapade. So all three of them were the employees of DRDO, and story of Manyavar Sahib is incomplete without mentioning Dina Bana, Sahib Dina Bana, and D.K. Khapade. So next slide. During the early years of his career, Kanshiram Sahib was working as a research assistant at the Explosive Research and Development Laboratory in Pune. At the same time, one's laboratory used to observe the holidays on Buddha Jayanti and Ambedkar Jayanti, but later upper caste officer replaced these holidays with birth anniversary of Tilak and Gokhale. बहुत सारे एम्प्लॉयज में इसके लिए बहुत सारे एम्प्लॉयज इस डिसीजन से नाखुश थे, बट किसी ने आवाज नहीं उठाई except a class 4 employee named Dina Bana. He submitted a written protest against the cancellation of Ambedkar Jayanti. The administration gave him an ultimatum: either report to office on 14th April or leave the job. Sahib Dina Bana, in registering the protest against this decision, did not went to job, and he eventually lost the job. Uh, Kanshiram Sahib observed this incident very closely. When he asked Dina Bana what he would do next, Sahib Dina Bana replied that he would go to court and fight the case. Kanshiram Sahib supported him and helped him to pursue the legal battle. And eventually, the decision was reversed, and Sahib Dina Bana got his job back. This incident had a deep impact on Manyavar Sahib. The episode served as a turning point in Sahib's life. Yeah, coming to the next slide. So yeah, this is the picture of Sahib Dina Bana and in his office. So around the same time, in his colleague Sahib Dina Bana, sorry, this is the picture of D.K. Khapade, Sahib D.K. Khapade. So around the same time, his colleague Sahib D.K. Khapade gave him Babasaheb's book Annihilation of Caste. Manyavar Sahib finished reading the book several times the span of a night, and was deeply moved by his encounter with the writings of Babasaheb. So at one occasion, he mentioned some people spend their whole life reading Babasaheb and still remain unmoved. I just read one of his books and dedicated myself to the movement. So this was so here. So okay, next slide. So this is Manyavar Sahib addressing the first World Dalit Convention that happened in Malaysia, October 1998. So he talks about his impact on uh, uh, so he talks about his impact of annihilation of caste on him. We can play the clip.
1936, he prepared a speech which was to be delivered in Lahore, and later on it appeared in the form of a booklet. Annihilation of caste was his dream in 1936. After reading that booklet, I understood a lot about the caste factor in India, because that speech was prepared after a great thought and study. So since then, I also started thinking that how the caste can be annihilated. How the caste can be annihilated. That thought was bothering me for some time.
So this was Manyavar Sahib's first encounter with Babasaheb's writings and speeches. So his second encounter happened while he published one of his most important work, The Chamcha Age, an era of Sujits. So he released this book on the 50th anniversary of Pune Pact, and interestingly, he dedicated this book to Mahatma Jyotirao Phule. Next slide. Manyavar Sahib dedicated this book to Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, as it reads, dedicated to Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, whose initiation of cultural revolt in colonial India, later taken up by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Periyar Ramaswamy, and many other rebellious leaders who brought us to this level where we are thinking, planning, and struggling to put an end to the Chamcha age and usher in the age for the Shudras and Ati Shudras. This was the dedication. Initially, this work was not planned as a full book. Manyavar Sahib was intended to publish a small pamphlet. However, while writing, he realized that to strengthen his arguments, he needs a deeper historical references and to also have more credibility of his work. For this reason, he drew heavily from Babasaheb Ambedkar's book, What Gandhi and Congress Have Done to the Untouchable. So in this book, Sahib argued that the Ambedkarite politics had fallen into what he called the Chamcha Yuga, the dark age of the stooges. Uh, com- so this is the second book we see Manyavar Sahib massively engaged with writings of Baba Sahib. Also, this is one of the most important work of Baba Sahib, where he not only addresses the question of what Congress and Gandhi have did to the untouchables, but also provides us a good read on contemporary politics of those times, the evolution of Congress, how Congress dealt with the question of social justice, and what happened in the Congress after Gandhi entered the scene. Coming slide. So in 1946, Dr. Ambedkar presented a document called States and Minorities to the Constituent Assembly. This document was not merely a blueprint. This document was not merely about minority rights. It was a blueprint for the future constitution of India. So in this book, sorry, so in this book, Baba Sahib Babasaheb argues that there exist two types of majorities. One is political majority, and another is communal majority. So Babasaheb says that political majority grows and communal majority bonds. So in this country, the communal majority exists, and because of its existence, there is a tyranny of majority over minority. We will discuss about this. We will read about Babasaheb's thought on this in coming slides. Next slide. So this was the time Manyavar Sahib was creating a new language in Indian politics that exposed the false majority of communal majority. He understood the threat of communal majority to a nation. To understand this communal majority, we need to go to Dr. Ambedkar, who was the first to expose it while writing in his work Thoughts on Linguistic States. So Baba Sahib writes this on Thoughts on Linguistic States as well. So as we read Baba Sahib explains us the difference between a political majority and a communal majority. He says, and I quote, a political majority is changeable in its class composition. A political majority grows. A communal majority is born. The admission to political majority is open. The door to a communal majority is closed. The politics of political majority are free to all to make and unmake. The politics of communal majority are made by its own member born in it. How can a communal majority run away with the title deeds given to a political majority to rule? To give such title deeds to communal majority is to establish a hereditary government and make the way open to the tyranny of the majority. This tyranny of the communal majority is not an idle dream. It is an experience of many minorities. Next slide. So now Manyavar Kanshiram had a massive task of creating a political majority, which could counter this communal majority, which he articulated in his vision of Bahujan Samaj. it was almost impossible to create a political majority out of thousands of caste and subcaste who do not share any corporate sentiment or a common purpose. However, he made it happen in Uttar Pradesh, the first laboratory of communal majority. Coming slide. So this is Manyavar Kanshiram's formula. So let us understand. So he says that N into D into S is equals to change. N stands for need, D stands for desire, and S stands for strength. So Manyavar Sahib says that the mixture of all this, all three, can lead us to change. The need is uh, already there since hundred of years, unserved for centuries, right? The desire has been created by Phule Ambedkarite movement. Desire has been created by the Phule Ambedkarite movement, and for the strength, Manyavar Sahib asks those who have been benefited from the Phule Ambedkarite movement, the middle class that has been created out of Phule Ambedkarite movement. Manyavar Kanshiram asks them, next slide, to pay back to society. He asked for three T's. या तो आपका टाइम दीजिए, या तो आपका खजाना दीजिए, या तो आपका हुनर दीजिए. बस इस इन थ्री टीज में से टाइम, ट्रेजर एंड टैलेंट, इसमें से कोई भी एक चीज मुझे इस समाज से चाहिए. ये मिडिल क्लास समाज से चाहिए. एंड वी हैव टू पे बैक टू द सोसाइटी. सो कमिंग स्लाइड. कैन वी प्ले दिस?
तो दुश्मन को भी खतरा महसूस हो रहा है. दुश्मन को खतरा महसूस हो रहा है, डर हो रहा है, भय हो रहा है. उस डर और भय के कारण वो भी हाथ पैर मार रहा है. वो भी हाथ पैर मार रहा है. और आप लोगों को मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि हमें इन छोटी छोटी जो डर और भय की बातें हैं, इनसे हमें घबराना नहीं चाहिए. गुरु गोविंद सिंह ने कहा है, कोई किसी को राज न दे है, जो ले है निज बल से ले है. कोई कोई किसी को राज नहीं देता है, कोई किसी को सरकार नहीं देता है. जो लेता है तो अपने बलबूते पर अपनी शक्ति से लेता है. ये लड़ाई राजपाट की है. हमारा राजपाट मुट्ठी भर लोगों ने हजारों साल से छीना हुआ है. ये राजपाट हमें वापस लेना है. तो ये राजपाट की लड़ाई है. ये हमें किसी की मेहरबानी से नहीं लेना है, किसी को अपील करने से नहीं मिलेगा. ये हमें अपनी शक्ति के आधार पर लेना होगा.
So this is one of the most pragmatic statement of Manyavar Sahib. He said, "We are neither leftist nor rightist. We are opportunist." So we haven't got the opportunity for thousands of years, and now because of the existence of the constitution, we are uh, we are capable of becoming the ruling class because of Babasaheb Ambedkar. Interestingly, Babasaheb Ambedkar saw this opportunity when he foreseen the future of Congress and said that Congress is going to be weakened by the exit of socialists from the Congress party. Exactly the same happened after decades has been witnessed in the JP Andolan, when socialists of Congress revolted against Indira Gandhi. So Baba Sahib tells us that we have to be prepared with our third front when Congress and socialists fall short for the majority. He says, coming slide, Baba Sahib says the Congress itself is getting divided. The socialists have gone out of it. How big they will grow, one cannot say. There are possibilities of their getting quite big. So this is Baba Sahib foreseeing the thing. We see that dozens of party has been split from Congress out of the socialist ideology. Baba Sahib says year after there will be two parties, Congress and Socialist. And the question is not whether we should join the Congress. The question is whether we should join the Congress or the Socialist. I said that my advice is that you should form a third front so that the scheduled caste may be able to hold the balance and thereby obtaining bargaining power. There is no use and there is no use joining any political party has its mere camp followers. If it gives anything, it mainly gives office. It cannot give power. Coming slide. So Manyavar Sahib used to say, if you want to shorten a line, do not waste your energy in erasing it. Just draw a bigger line in front of it, and the line will automatically become smaller. Avoid the politics of reaction. And this is where Manyavar Sahib draws the third front, the third line. And here is the photos of Buddha University, Ambedkar Smarak, Manyavar Kanshiram Smarak, and all the other monuments that has been built in the BSP Sarkar in the UP. Coming slide. Yeah.
मैंने मायावती को मुख्यमंत्री बनाकर जापान, कोरिया, थाईलैंड, बर्मा इन 4 बुद्धिस्ट कंट्रीज में भेजा, क्योंकि इनके जो इधर दूत हैं, राजदूत हैं, तो उन लोगों से मेरी मुलाकात होती थी। वो भी बुद्धिज्म के बारे में सोचते थे और उनकी एक डिमांड थी कि उत्तर प्रदेश में सबसे ज्यादा ये बुद्धिस्ट पिलग्रिमेज सेंटर्स हैं। बुद्धा से संबंधित जो तीर्थ स्थान है वो उत्तर प्रदेश में सबसे ज्यादा है। तो हाँ, लेकिन उत्तर प्रदेश में तो हमारे पास पैसा तो है लेकिन समय कम है, तो हमें बहुत समय लग जाता है तीर्थ स्थान को जाने में। तो मैंने उनसे पूछा कि भाई आप उधर से उनसे लोगों से पता करके आओ, बातचीत करो और बातचीत करके असेस करने की कोशिश करो कि वो हमसे क्या चाहते हैं। जो बुद्धिस्ट पिलग्रिमेज सेंटर में आना चाहते हैं वो क्या चाहते हैं। तो उनकी मुख्य डिमांड थी कि बाई एयर हम वहां हर तीर्थ स्थान पर जाना चाहते हैं। जहाज तो छोटे मोटे मिल जाते हैं, चार्टर्ड जहाज मिल जाते हैं, लेकिन जहाज कहाँ हम उतारें, सड़क पे उतार नहीं सकते हैं। तो इसलिए हमारी सरकार ने 17 बुद्धिस्ट पिलग्रिमेज सेंटर आइडेंटिफाई किए और 17 के 17 में हम लोगों ने हवाई पट्टियां बनाई। तो हम लोगों ने सोचा कि क्यों ना इनको कम किया जाए, एक एक पार्लियामेंट सीट का एक एक जिला बना दिया जाए। जब हमारी सरकार बनी थी तो 67 जिले थे और जब हमने छोड़ी है तो 83 बन गए थे। 17 जिले हमने 17 हवाई पट्टियां बनाई और 17 जिले भी बनाए और 5 जिले 5 महापुरुषों के नाम पर बनाए। अंबेडकर नगर, फुले नगर, शाहू नगर और रविदास नगर और कबीर नगर। ये जो 5 रिबेल हैं ये मनुवादी समाज व्यवस्था के खिलाफ, ये जो 5 रिबेल हैं इनके नाम पर हम लोगों ने 5 जिले बनाए और 5 जिले इनके नाम पर बनाए और बुद्धिस्ट हेरिटेज के नाम पर हमने 12 जिले बनाए। जैसे अलीगढ़ की को तोड़कर अलीगढ़ और महामाया नगर बनाया और कौसंबी हमने इलाहाबाद की 3 सीटों में से एक सीट को निकालकर एक जिले का नाम कौसंबी रखा। और जहाँ बुद्धा बरसात के मौसम में जाकर रुका करते थे तो वो भी एक बड़ा तीर्थ स्थान है। तो उधर भी हमने हवाई पट्टी भी बनाई और उधर उसको जिला भी बनाया।
So, social reform or political reform, what precedes first? So, this is one of the most debated questions. Can you please? Yeah. So, this is one of the most debated question in the Ambedkarite circle, and I dare to address it today. I hope I do justice to this question. with my limited understanding of reading Babasaheb. So, of course, definitely, social reform must precede these political reform. Babasaheb Ambedkar used to say that if we want to make our political democracy a success, we need social reform. Social reform is prerequisite to political reform. And he said that in our country there exist two types of morality. One is constitutional morality, and one is public morality. So definitely, he said that social reform must precede the political reform. While, however, Babasaheb Ambedkar was saying this to a larger society, to the Congress, who was hell bent on becoming an independent nation without becoming a free and mobile society first. While saying all this, Babasaheb Ambedkar was parallelly fighting for the political rights of his people, from Independent Labour Party to Scheduled Caste Federation that later emerged as Republican Party of India, and from negotiating with British, from Simon Commission, Cripps Mission, Southborough Commission, Roundtable India 1, Roundtable India 2. What was Babasaheb Ambedkar doing? He was fighting for the political right of his people. So this is what Babasaheb Ambedkar says in the Roundtable India. Next slide. Babasaheb Ambedkar says, we are often reminded that the problem of the depressed classes is a social problem and its solution lies elsewhere than in politics. We take strong exception to this view. We hold that the problem of the depressed classes will never be solved unless they get political power in their own hands. While Babasaheb Ambedkar was not only fighting for the political rights of the depressed classes, he was also fighting for the rights of the backward classes, the scheduled tribe, and of the women. Babasaheb Ambedkar says that, next slide. Babasaheb Ambedkar says in his Scheduled Caste Federation manifesto, the fear of Scheduled Caste Federation is that the backward classes and the scheduled tribe, by the reason of their want of consciousness, may fall a prey to the minority of caste Hindus and continue to be slaves instead of becoming master of their own. The Scheduled Caste Federation's first concern is to help these classes to get on their feet. If they wish so, the Scheduled Caste Federation would be prepared to change the name and call itself the Backward Classes Federation, so to include both sections in a common organization. Coming slide. So yeah.
My suggestion is that whether we are able to eliminate or annihilate caste or not, and we must keep on moving towards that end. As you say that we should acquire a new vision towards that end. It is okay. But till the caste is eliminated, what should we do? We should be able to handle the caste successfully in the interest of those people who are the victims of the caste system. In the interest of those people who are the victims of the caste system, we must do something which can do the needful for them. So for that reason, I feel we should take note of the caste and the caste behavior. Now, as you have invited me here, I feel you would like to know something about my experiences, that we can create even casteless society only by becoming rulers of India. More castes to the group of 600 castes known as the Bahujan Samaj. Thank you.
So this is one of the famous pictures of Manyavar Sahib. So Manyavar Sahib had his own style, and in a simple way, he used to explain the Brahminical social order to the masses. So just by using his pen with his own style and a simplistic way, he used to explain the Brahminical social order. So once, while removing his pen from the pocket, he laughingly said, "I keep the Brahminical social order in my pocket." So yeah, I mean, jokes apart, let's get back to the presentation. Next slide. Slogans penned by Manyavar Sahib. Coming slide. In every human civilization struggle, slogans have been an effective means of awakening mass consciousness. Just handful of words, just handful of words that speak to a millions of hearts and bring them together. They travel from pamphlets and rallies to the house and villages, and from the streets to the farthest corner of of a country. Uh, Manyavar Kanshiram had a knack of mobilizing the masses with slogan, bringing everyone on the same page and breathing the life into the moment. The Phule Ambedkar mission acquired a sense of purpose and made the most deprived, the harassed, the victims of the caste system believe that they could one day become the Hukmaran, the ruler of the country. Beyond the immediate purpose of slogan served, they became a blueprint for the Bahujan movement to come. So this is one of the first slogans of Manyavar Sahib. He said, "जो जमीन सरकारी है, वो जमीन हमारी है." The land that belongs to the government, that belongs to us. Babasaheb Ambedkar said in his Scheduled Caste Federation, coming slide. So this is the Scheduled Caste Federation Manifesto, uh, the excerpt from it. And we can see from this figure that the net land under agriculture in those times were 244 million acres. And the uncultivable waste was 93 million acres. From this, Babasaheb Ambedkar says, from this figure, it is quite clear that there are 93 million acres of land which is cultivable waste and which can be brought under cultivation. Surely it cannot be beyond modern science to reclaim this vast amount of cultivable wasteland and make it available for cultivation. The Scheduled Caste Federation will take up this question. Later, Manyavar Kanshiram articulated the same thing. Coming slide. I know, so he said this in the first Dalit convention itself that happened in Malaysia in 1998. He says, "I know fully well that there are 45 lakh hectares of land under plough, and more that land is available in India which can be brought under plough. But nobody has given that land to us, and nobody will give. Why? Because of Brahminical social order in India. For that reason only, they have created caste, that there should be some caste to possess land and there should be other caste who should plow the land. In the interest of those people who are the victims of the caste system, we must do something which can be the needful for them." Coming slide. So we cannot hear this. Hello, hello, we cannot hear this. Can anyone else hear this?
No.
उस
Can you hear us, Ritesh?
उत्तर प्रदेश में,
Now we can.
उत्तर भारत में मैंने शेड्यूल कास्ट के लोगों को जो दूसरे के खेतों में खेती करके अनाज पैदा करते हैं, उनके लिए मैंने नारा दिया था कि जो जमीन सरकारी है वो जमीन हमारी है। ये नारा हम लगाते गए जब तक हमारी उत्तर प्रदेश में सरकार नहीं बनी। जब सरकार बन गई और मायावती को हमने मुख्यमंत्री बनाया, तो मैंने मायावती से कहा कि अब तुम्हें नारा लगाना होगा। तुम देश के सबसे बड़े उत्तर प्रदेश की मुख्यमंत्री हो, तो आपको नारा लगाना होगा कि जो जमीन सरकारी है वो जमीन तुम्हारी है, आओ मिलकर इसका बंटवारा करें। तो हमारी सरकार की तरफ से आप लोगों के बीच में जब बड़े बड़े प्रोग्राम में जाती है, लोग आपको बुलाते हैं, तो आपको नारा लगाना चाहिए कि जो जमीन सरकारी है वो जमीन तुम्हारी है, और मैं प्रदेश की मुख्यमंत्री होने के कारण तुमको दावत देती हूं कि आओ मिलकर इसका बंटवारा करें। बंटवारा करने में सबसे पहला काम वो है जो 7 लाख एकड़ का कागज के टुकड़े पर बाकी मुख्यमंत्रियों ने जो आपको पट्टे दिए हैं, सबसे पहले उन पट्टों का कब्जा लेने के लिए सामने आओ। हमने 45 कलेक्टर, 45 एसएसपी और उनके ऊपर बड़े अधिकारी टॉप तक, तो हमने शेड्यूल कास्ट के लोगों को बनाया है और उनको ये बात उनको समझाकर कलेक्टर, एसएसपी वगैरह बनाया है कि तुम भी नारा लगाया करो कि जो जमीन सरकारी है वो जमीन तुम्हारी है, आओ मिलकर कागज के टुकड़े दे जाओ और जो उसके ऊपर एकड़ लिखे हुआ वो ले जाओ। तो पहले 100 दिन में हमने वो 7 लाख एकड़ जो दूसरों ने कागज के टुकड़े पे दिए थे वो 100 दिन में हमने पूरा किया। मायावती को मैंने पहले तैयार करके रखा था कि आपको 6 महीने में 6 साल का काम करके दिखाना है, लेकिन जमीन बांटने के मामले में हमारी सरकार ने मायावती की देखरेख में ये काम 22 साल का काम, जो 22 साल तक 1972 से लेकर 1994 तक दूसरी सरकारों ने जो कागज के टुकड़े पर पट्टे दिए थे वो 100 दिन में हमने उनको कब्जा दिया।
So the next slogan that Manyavar Sahib gave was "Vote से लेंगे CM PM, आरक्षण से लेंगे SPDM." Coming slide. This slogan was basically what Dr. Ambedkar articulated in his Scheduled Caste Federation Manifesto. The Constitution of Free India has made the backward classes, the scheduled tribe, the scheduled caste, virtually the master of the country. Sahib saw it as a weapon waiting to be used. He understood that if Bahujan truly acted as a political majority, they were not the victim of the system, but potential masters of it. His slogan was nothing but practical translation of Dr. Ambedkar's vision into the language of the masses. Coming slide. हमें लेने नहीं देने वाला समाज बनना है. So let us next slide. Manyavar Kanshiram says.
इसलिए साथियों, मैं बार बार अपने आप से कहता हूं, मायावती से कहता हूं, अपने नजदीक के लोगों से कहता हूं कि मेरा लक्ष्य आरक्षण लेना नहीं है, आरक्षण देना है। हमारा हाथ इस तरह से रहा है और हमारा हिस्सा आज तक जो आरक्षण के आधार पर मिलना चाहिए था वो पूरा नहीं मिला है। हाथ तो हमारा 50 साल से ऐसे है लेकिन पूरा नहीं मिला है, तो पूरा भी अगर वो मिलाना है तो हमें अपने हाथ को ऐसा करके इस हाथ से उसमें देना है। कभी इतना हिस्सा तुम्हारा बचा हुआ था, पहली सरकारों ने नहीं दिया, ये पहले हम तुमको देते हैं तो उसके बाद बाकी को देखेंगे। अगर हमें भी अपना हिस्सा पूरा लेना है तो हमें किसी से मांग कर नहीं लेना है, अपने आप को तैयार करके अपने आप को देने लायक बनाकर हमें ये काम करना है।
So the next slogan that Manyavar Kanshiram raised was सवर्णों के बस्ती में स्कूल और दवाखाने, दलितों के बस्तियों में शराब खाने नहीं चलेंगे नहीं चलेंगे. तो बाबा साहब, next slide. Kanshiram Sahib raised a banner against liquor consumption, which, as Dr. Ambedkar said in his Scheduled Caste Federation Manifesto, liquor has produced more crime and is worst soil of demoralization of the lower classes. Manyavar Sahib gave the slogan, schools and hospital in upper caste localities and liquor shop in Dalit localities. This will not be tolerated. This will not be allowed. Coming slide. So the Dalit Socialist Samaj Sangharsh Samiti, DS4, the precedor of the Bahujan Samaj Party, had also campaigned against the structural violence by taking out cycle yatras in scheduled caste hamlets to curb the evil of alcohol abuse and to prevent opening of liquor shops in these localities. Manyavar Sahib received a great deal of support from the scheduled caste women for this initiative. जिसकी जितनी संख्या भारी उसकी उतनी हिस्सेदारी. This is one of the most famous quote of Manyavar Sahib. Coming slide. So Babasaheb Ambedkar said that this is not a struggle for a few job or concession. The aspiration in our minds are far greater. Our real aspiration is to become the part of the ranks of those who govern. Coming slide. वोट हमारा राज तुम्हारा नहीं चलेगा नहीं चलेगा. So here are few slogans that wanted to I wanted to collect, and I have definitely missed a lot of slogans that have been penned by Manyavar Sahib. So apologies for it. Coming slide. So this is the picture of Manyavar Sahib visiting Bhima Koregaon. So Babasaheb Ambedkar used to say that we must visit Bhima Koregaon site every start of the year. So Manyavar Sahib did visit the Bhima Koregaon site. Coming slide. So Manyavar Kanshiram raised a campaign named Jati Todo Samaj Jodo. And this was the picture of Manyavar Sahib sharing the stage with VP Singh, the then Prime Minister of India. So yeah, next slide. So this is one of I really like this picture. This is Manyavar addressing the rally in Lucknow, and Behenji is seen seated behind, smiling, and she is learning from in her young days. She is learning from her political guru. So this is one of the favorite picture of mine. Coming slide. So yeah, this is one of the most iconic picture. Manyavar Sahib is seen with Vaman Dada. So I am really interested of what exchange of words they must have had. So we must research on this. So in the next slide, I will play. I want to play a song of Vaman Dada. Next slide.
सर सर झुकाने वाले. अरे सर झुकाने वाले तेरा सर क्या है? क्या है? अरे सर झुकाने वाले तेरा सर क्या है? 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 सर क्या है? सर क्या है? अरे सर में तेरे भीम का सर पैदा हो. का सर पैदा हो. सर में तेरे भीम का सर पैदा हो. एक नया अम्बेडकर पैदा हो. एक नया अम्बेडकर पैदा हो. पैदा हो तो भीम पैदा हो. पैदा हो तो भीम का सर पैदा.
So here Vaman Dada urges us to read Babasaheb. So like when he says that sar mein tere beam ka sar paida ho, so he's saying that we must have a temperament, have a mindset, have an intelligence of that level of Babasaheb, and there should be more leaders like Babasaheb. So we need to read Baus, we need to read Babasaheb to have that temperament, to have that what Vaman Dada said, पैदा हो तो beam सा पैदा हो. And yeah, so coming slide. So where to read Babasaheb? So it is not a privilege for everyone to have all the volumes of Babasaheb in their regional language or in English. So here is the site baus.in that can we click on Babasaheb? Yeah. So this is the site which. Yeah. So this is the site. This is our site, and I work for baus.in. I'm really proud of that. I work for baus.in, and this is the site which has all the writings of Babasaheb Ambedkar arranged chronologically and in a thematic way. Please slide down. So you can see all the writing: India and prerequisite of communism, the Buddha and his Dhamma, and all the right. I have no homeland. What way emancipation? The Pune Pact, temple entry. So yeah. Going back, uh, so Nikhil bhai, can you click on the letters part? Letters. So yeah, So here you can also find all the letters of Babasaheb. So when we click on the decades, so we can see what correspondence Babasaheb held in 1920s or 1930s or 1940s. And when we click on the sender, to whom Babasaheb sent the letter, and from whom he received, we can find all these letters. So this is one of the treasure that Bao Jordan is having. So you must you must have the opportunity to use this, and don't keep Bao's a secret. Share it with your family and friends. So if we click on the listen button, so this is one of our latest feature. This is the radio feature. So uh, so the radio plays 24/7, and you can see all these speeches of you can hear all these speeches of Baba Sahib in Hindi, and just you can randomly tune in Baba Saheb Ambedkar whenever it's possible, and just instead of listening to use this podcast, listen to Baba Saheb. So I'm not hurting any podcaster here, but yeah. So also we can go navigating through this to the site. Nikhil bhai, can you scroll up? Yeah. So Bahishkrit Bharat, can you click on Bahishkrit Bharat? So this is the writings of Baba Sahib. This is the journalistic writings of Baba Sahib that we translated in English, thanks to our translation team.
How
So here,
does JB and Lal Salam go together?
sorry,
Does JB and Lal Salam go together?
who's this?
I'm sorry, could we
This
please
is
address the question?
Chandrakant. I am working as a APP for Government of Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah, let us finish the talk, please, sir. We will have the questions later.
Okay. I'm extremely sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So here is the here is the journalistic writings of Baba Sahib. So thanks to our translation team who did the hard work, the labor. So you can find all the journalistic writings of Baba Sahib in English. So yeah, and clicking on the Swaraj Critique You, this is the writings of Baba Sahib from the MOOC Nayak. So you can read all the journalistic writings of Baba Sahib from this site. And moving to the other features of the site. So if you click on the chat button on the right side bottom, so this is our Pradnya AI librarian. So you can ask any question with Pradnya, and you can also ask what should I read today. Pradnya will suggest you some readings. You can ask any question to Pradnya, and they will like the Pradnya will provide you the answer and navigate you to the right and authentic readings of Baba Sahib. So yeah, coming to the presentation. So please go to the site and please sign up. Please sign up on bows.in. So we are about to reach 10K, and I hope after my talk, you will be inspired to hear that how Manyavar Kanshiram was inspired by the bows from the writings of Baba Sahib. So you should also read Baba Sahib and engage with his writings daily. Coming slide. So this is our WhatsApp channel. So please take a screenshot or scan this QR and join our WhatsApp community. One more important thing that I want to share is that Manyavar Kanshiram used to say that I don't want to preach anything. मुझे कुछ नया उपदेश नहीं देना है, क्योंकि इस देश में उपदेश देने वालों की कोई कमी नहीं, कमी है तो उसे एग्जीक्यूट करने वाले लोगों की. तो मेरा मिशन यही है कि मुझे जो बाबा साहेब ने कहा है, जो फूले ने कहा है, उसी को मुझे वैसा के वैसा इम्प्लीमेंट करना है. मुझे और कुछ नया प्रीच नहीं करना है. सो मान्यवर, so we should read Baba Sahib directly. So yeah, that is my appeal for today. Next slide. Thank you, Jai Bhim and Namo Buddhaya. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Ritesh, for such a wonderful talk. This was really engaging. You have done a really good job at connecting how Baba Sahib's thoughts and his aim and his vision was actually implemented in a certain way by Manyavar Kanshiram ji. I hope that, like you have already mentioned, that After this talk, a lot of different followers of Manyavar from all parts of the world would be interested in reading more about Babasaheb Ambedkar's writings and speeches, especially through this website. And I would also like to thank the Ambedkar International Center from the US for giving this opportunity of holding this talk about Manyavar Kanshiram. So could we now open the platform for Q&A?